Hey plugin heads, it's Stu here from Hairy Plugin Guy, and I'm here to bring you this week's Audio Plugin Guy vlog. That's a video blog. This is a thing that I do every week where I shut the doors, turn the lights off, steal my son's coloured lamp thing that I stick in the back there, and just sort of talk to you a bit, do the deals of the week, which we've got coming up, and anything else that comes to mind. And yeah, so here we are. We're in the second week of 2022. Going all right so far, but don't touch anything. That would be good. Thank you very much. And yeah, shall we see what we've got now? I keep promising to like do these things a little bit better every time, and then I keep like just not doing them any better because I'm just got loads of stuff to get on with, and it comes to Friday and I'm like, oh crap, I better do the video quick. But what I'm going to do is something a little bit different today. We did a poll last year at the end of the year to find out what the best new freebies were in 2021. So there were quite a few new things introduced, and yeah, we did this poll and there was some great stuff that came up there. So it hasn't been published yet, the results, but I'm going to give you the first look behind the scenes, literally like the back end of the website because it's not published, and a quick run through of the best free plugins of 2021. Right. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is just pop over here to the Audio Plugin Guy website. Now you won't be able to see this yet. As you can see, we've got like a nice little editing bar at the top there because this is still work in progress. But these were the top 10 free plugins in 2021, according to the vote, which is in our Deals and Freebies Facebook group, which has over 40,000 members, very active, lots of discerning plugin lovers in there. And just re-angle my mic a bit. Yeah, and this is what we came out with. So, shall we, without wasting any more time, have a look at what we've got. So number one was Labs by Spitfire Audio. Now, Labs as a concept obviously wasn't new last year, but they did have a few new instruments throughout the year, and that gets them right up to the top because they just keep banging out new free stuff. And they're basically, so Labs, if you don't know, is from Spitfire Audio, and it's like a player, it's like an instrument player thing. Just think like Contact or something like that. But what you actually get is you get to download new instruments whenever they release them. And here you can see the newest ones. We've got LA Atmos electric guitars there. There's quite a few, there's quite a collection. I can't remember how many of these came out this year, but the last two were definitely towards the end of the year, LA Atmos and Christmas. And yeah, they're always very interesting, they're always quite unique, maybe kind of specialist in some way or another, but the amount that you get means that they're just really worth getting hold of, and that is what makes them number one. So of the new free stuff in 2021, Labs came out at the top. Well done, Spitfire. Number two is this new Paint, which again is another kind of player, and this is the one that's come from 8Dio. And this is like, it's like their answer to Contact, I think. It's a sampled instrument player with lots of cool stuff that you can do with it. The website is awesome. It's really, really up to date. You can tell across the top here it's got like never on sale, no subscription. It used to literally say not Contact up there somewhere, but they seem to have dropped that. Maybe the guys at Native Instrument weren't too happy about it. But as part of this, they have been also handing out a few freebies. Now when you first get it, you get the engine itself is free. So this is the engine, and it comes with this piano. Yes, so the vintage Steinway grand piano. So immediately you've got a free piano right there, but there's also a couple of other freebies, and I can't see exactly on here where it is. There is a link on the website if you want it, and I think it was a voices thing. It was like angelic voices or something like that. No, maybe not. Anyway, whatever it was free. This is the regular kind of price. Look at that. They've got quite a few stuff on there. But anyway, we're not talking about stuff you can buy right now. We're talking about freebies. And yeah, that was brand new in 2021, and it's only going to get better by the looks of it. And they're really putting a lot of effort into it. 8Dio, already well known for their Contact instruments. They've just done away with needing Contact and now have their own player. And hopefully some more freebies to come. Number three was TesllaSE MKII by Variety of Sound. Now, Variety of Sound made a bit of a comeback last year and towards the end of the year. Now, they've been known for their amazing free plugins for quite a while, especially I think it may be a bit further down the list, Ferric. Is it Ferric? No, I can't remember what it's called now, but it was basically a kind of a transformer effect, a bit of something to give a bit of a sort of saturation to your sounds, and that was one I remember back from my first foray into computer plugins and getting the free stuff, all the free stuff. But they've started updating things now, so it's not 32-bit only anymore, 64-bit plugins with other improvements, which is awesome. So TesllaSE is a kind of another sort of saturation and widening effect, and it's been updated to Mark II, and now it is 64-bit and it's free. So that's awesome, isn't it? Go and pick that up. Right, and then number 4 is GSat by a TBProAudio, which is a bit more saturation. You can never really have enough saturation, can you? Who needs EQ? Who needs any of that stuff when you've got GSat Plus? So this is derived from the saturation module on the TBProAudio CS5501 V2 channel strip plugin, but adds a couple of other things. So, I mean, look at that. This is quite a nice looking bit of free gear there, isn't it? And it's got some affiliation with gearspace.com. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's free. So, you know, you guys are not going to be going without saturation this year with some of this cool new stuff. Now, this is another one. This is another, so number 5 is SINEfactory by Orchestral Tools, which again is another player, but it also has a number of freebies that come with it, as you can see here. So again, you know, I mean, maybe we should do a little challenge to see who can write the kind of coolest tracks using just the free stuff from the top 10 list, because I reckon you could do quite a lot of cool stuff with everything that we've got here. So look, those are the freebies. Those are the freebies. How it works: log in, set up an account, hit the sign up for free, download the Sine player, run Sine, load your instruments, make great music. So SINEfactory itself is all free. Everything else they have here is not free, but I don't quite know if they so SINEfactory is like the free stuff, and these are just the instruments. So yeah, anyway, bunch of free instruments there. Go grab it. We're going to be sorted, aren't we? We don't need any more stuff now. Acustica Audio came in at number 6 with Eminence. So Acustica, if you do not know, they make these, they tend to do sort of channel strips, but sometimes some other things, tape effects and stuff, but it's all mostly impulse response based with some really sort of detailed capturing to really get the kind of sound and tone of some bits of gear. Because of the IR-iness of them, they do tend to use rather a lot of CPU, but if you've got a big powerful CPU, you might be all right. I have to admit, I own a bunch of Acustica stuff, and I haven't got around to actually trying it out yet. And I've got this kind of super duper PC here that should be able to handle stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how it gets on with the Acustica plugins when I eventually get around to trying them out. So there you go. This was their Christmas freebie, and it is based on an ultra rare 60s British 3-band EQ, and it is free via Aquarius, and it looks pretty cool there. So that was number 6. Number 7, is Audiomodern. Audiomodern are cool. They're doing these, what would you call them, the sort of generators, MIDI generators for melody generators. They've got Riffer and another one for making drum beats and stuff like that. They've got some cool stuff going on. I'm actually working on a review and demo of Riffer, which should be out soon. But this is the freebie that they announced last year, which is Gatelab, a creative gate sequencer. So this has like kind of bunch of sequencing abilities, I think that would be the word that I'm looking for there. And what it does is a creative gate sequencer, volume modulation generator, and beyond. They've got another kind of cool thing, which is filter step, which is I think this is like maybe like a simpler version of filter step, but it actually just works more with kind of gating and volume. So that's good if you want to do some kind of cool chop, you know, transgate-y type stuff. Gatelab from Audiomodern. Another new plugin from 2021, which came in at number 8, was Origin from Cymatics, which again, seriously guys, we are sorted for saturation this year. We've got a new sort of lo-fi, vintage tapey type saturation job from Cymatics. No, I do not. I never want notifications. Please stop asking me if I want notifications from your website. I do not ever want notifications from any website. Ever. Full stop. Thank you, Cymatics. But anyway, thank you, actual genuine thanks for giving us this free saturation kind of plugin, which is available on their website. And what does it say here? So it's a vintage lo-fi plugin created to make your samples sound like they're straight from an old tape machine, which is what we all want, of course. So that was number 8. Number 9 was something called Burier from Kit Plugins, and this made one of the Deals of the Week lists, I do believe. It confuses me why it's called Burier, because saturation I would have thought it would be more useful for unburying stuff, but whatever, they call it Burier. So what does it say here? Burier is a bad IL saturation and filter plugin designed to bury a wider range of instruments, buses and effects. Why does it bury them? So I suppose it okay, maybe that's what they want. It just buries them. Put some. If they're too much in your face, you can take them back away a bit with a bit of filtering and distortion. And again, saturations. 2021 was the year of saturation, it would seem, especially when it comes to freebies. And are we going to have another one? Because number 10, the last one on the list, is... No, it's an EQ, but I bet it's got some saturation in it. What do you reckon? This is Warmy, with a name like that. All the tube warmth you love packed into a plugin. The Warmy EP1A Tube EQ is a one-to-one analog modelled plugin based off of a modern take on the classic Pultec EQs, those classic Pultec EQs. So there you go, another free Pultec. So you can do that Pultec trick with your instruments and stuff and whatever. So there you have it. That is the top 10 freebies according to the vote from 2021. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I will stick some links in the description. When the page is actually published, obviously you'll be able to go and find it on the Audio Plugin Guy website and click straight through and get those downloads, but I shall do my best to stick them in the YouTube description as well, so you can just grab them straight away. And that leads us nicely onto Deals of the Week, and this was one of the improvements I wanted to make this week, was to have a little Deals of the Week jingle, but no, things don't quite go that way. They don't quite go the way you want, do they? I'll tell you one thing, but another reason I'm a little bit disheveled and behind schedule this week is our car went into the garage because it had like a kind of funny, it's doing like a kind of clunky thing. It's like, oh, it's a bit odd. Let's get it in the garage and see what it is. And yeah, the guys in the garage say, yeah, it's a good job you brought it in because it's, the wheel's about to fall off or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, fix it, please, Mr. Garage Guy. And he's like, yeah, of course, I can fix it next Friday. So we haven't got a car for like a whole week, which is great because like the nursery is like a 20-minute drive away and we don't live in town, so we generally need to drive places, and now we can't. And it's also freezing, absolutely freezing. But anyway, enough about my woes once again. This is Deals of the Week, and this again is based on a poll. We really love our polls because it's all about community with Audio Plugin Guy, and we've got a pretty huge community in the Audio Plugin Guy, Audio Plugin Deals and Freebies Facebook group. Over 40,000 members, over 50,000 members. Jeez, that's 10,000 members short. Over 50,000 members, and every week we have a little vote and see what we think the best deals are this week. And as it is the beginning of 2022, and we've just had obviously 2021's Black Friday and end of year Christmas deals, all that kind of stuff, it's a little bit of a slow one, I would say. But despite that, the top entries are pretty good this week. So not a huge amount of votes for the lower ones, but the top ones were quite clearly in the lead and definitely worth checking out. So let's do that, shall we? Number 1 this week, week 2 of 2022, is a freebie. This is Minimal Audio's Rift Feedback Lite for free. Now, Minimal Audio are the guys who came on the scene last year, I think, possibly, with their cool distortion plugin, and I can't remember what it's called. Maybe if I load up the website, it's going to tell me. I don't know. No, because we're on Plugin Boutique. What else did they have? Rift. Oh, so it's just called Rift. Okay. So Minimal Audio Rift is the distortion plugin, which is pretty cool. Minimal Audio Rift Feedback Lite is a light version of what I can assume will be a more functional version of the same plugin, which they'll release a bit later. But for now, it's like a feedback effect, and you can get it for free via Plugin Boutique, but also via their website, which I should link to here as well. And that came in at number 1. So there you go, give it that. Number 2 is, this was actually number 1 last week, 61% off of Aparillo from Sugar Bytes. Now, Aparillo is a bit of a nutty synth. It does FM synthesis in a very unusual way. It also has this kind of cool effects. Where is it? Is it not going to show it to me? There's this cool like effects thing, the orbiter. So they should really show that off on here because it's pretty cool. The orbiter, which is a way of modulating your effects by orbiting different modules around the place. So if you're into making some weird sounds and being a bit experimental, then I'd recommend picking that up whilst it is still available. It says expires January the 10th. That can't be right, can it? Definitely not expiring January the 10th. 4 days, so you got maybe it's the 20th that's supposed to be. So anyway, number 3 is up to 72% off in the AudioThing January sale, and I've just grabbed the ones which are actually on sale there. So we've got TX101, Glass, megaphone, and fog convolver, which gets good shouts. So the couple of contact instruments and a couple of effects there. More saturation. Yeah, we're all about the saturation right now. More saturation for you, and yeah, up to 72% it says there, which is for the first contact instrument there, but also 50% off of this megaphone. I used megaphone in a track the other day, actually. It's quite good fun. Did a kind of like Faith No More style kind of bit of vocal that I wanted that effect, and it did a good trick. So did the job, and that's less than a tenner, so can't argue with that. Number 4 is 55% off the Softube tape and Tape Echoes bundle sale. So that'll get you 2 plugins for €90 or $90. This is via Plugin Boutique again, and these are good plugins. So Tape is obviously a tape emulation. This is pretty much my go-to tape emulation. I have some others that I need to play with, but if I'm not feeling experimental, I pretty much grab this and load up a couple of my presets on there, which just add that little bit of kind of warmth and glue to everything. And Tape Echoes, which I've never tried before because I think I've got enough delays, but who knows, maybe I could. Is there a cross-grade option? I don't think there is. Yeah, that's a shame. But yeah, you get the bundle, so you can save a few pennies there on some very good Softube products. And finally, number 5, 60% off of the Sonimus SonEQ2. Now this one, I've got all the wrong end dates on here. I need to update this. It's because I'm rushing, isn't it? This one is actually ending, I think, tomorrow. So you might want to hurry up if you're into that. And this is another EQ with some other stuff going on, analog style EQ, and that is down to $51 from $129. And that made just about the top 5 this week. And as I mentioned, like the top 2 or 3 got quite a lot of votes. The last ones, maybe not so much. They were more kind of like, if you got to vote for something, I'll vote for that kind of thing. So, it's not the best, most exciting range and selection this week because of the time of year that it is, but still worth knowing about. Hopefully that's why you watch this, and that's what I'm telling you about. So there you go. That's that. And then just a couple of honorable mentions at the end. We've got 75% off of Lifeline Expanse Lite multi-effect. So that's just for $9 you can get this Lite version of this multi-effect, and it does have a upgrade option after that. So I think this will eventually get you the big one for quite a nice price, and it's maybe worth looking out for a deal on the upgrade after picking this guy up. And this is a sort of multi-effect job, but with a slightly limited controls compared to the other one. We've also got the latest freebies from Plugin Boutique, which are DJ Swivel Spread, Iceberg Audio Beat Grader, or 3 months of Cloud Bounce for free with any purchase. Again, not the most exciting freebies, but not too bad. And the same with ADSR. You've got this NUM from New Nation Software, which is free with any purchase over there. So if you are shopping, be sure to shop with those guys, and don't forget to pick up your freebies. And as usual, there are affiliate links in there if you're shopping at certain places like Plugin Boutique or ADSR. I really appreciate it if you go through my affiliate links on the website or in the description below, because we get a little bit of a kickback from that, which helps maybe pay for getting the car fixed. I don't know, probably won't cover that even slightly, but at least it all helps. Every little helps. Really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch. And I promise, no, I'm not going to promise, but I promise I will try to shave before next week. And I will leave you on that note. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next Friday. All right, thanks for joining. You're awesome. See you later. Bye-bye.